93.1 WZAK, Cleveland's number one for classic soul and today's R&B. Some of the time during the morning show, Kym Sellers. I remember getting a phone call about a gentleman who was a friend of my mother's. He and his wife. He had been diagnosed maybe 5 years previous. And quickly in 5 years, he went down. He was, needless to say, not sure what to do. And as we know how our men are, anyone losing their manhood, that can be devastating for them. His wife came home one day, then found that he had taken his life. I felt like I should have opened my mouth. I felt like I should have said something. I felt like just maybe a few words, just picking up the phone and calling him, may have helped him change his mind. Would it have really made a difference? I don't know. But I knew at that point that I had to do something different, other than what I was doing, which was being quiet. I wasn't saying anything. So I decided at that time that it was time to go public with my story. I like to kind of call it my coming out party. So I kind of told the story and shared maybe more than what I really would have liked to, but I'm glad that I did. And I wish that, or I continue to pray that maybe me telling my story will help and save someone else's life as well. So I tell newly diagnosed, individuals to read as much as they can, to learn as much about this disease as they possibly can. Because I believe that the more we know, the more we can help each other, the more you can help yourself, the more your families can help you. Families don't understand how important they are in the whole scheme of things. We need their support. We don't want to become dependent upon them. But we understand, we recognize our limitations. But we do, we need their support. Those that have been living with it for a long time, my whole thing is not to give up. I hear some people say, I've had this thing for 15 years and nothing's changed. And, I'm just going to, do whatever I can do and just give up, And I guess, my father always taught me, when I signed up for the basketball team, once I put my name on that dotted line, there was no turning back. I was not allowed to quit under any circumstance. And I think I've kind of adapted this into my lifestyle as well. Quitting is just not an option for me. I've gone from, a young mother that has been able to pretty much, chase her kids down the driveway, to a mother who has had to walk down the driveway, to a mother who has had to question whether she could keep her balance going down the driveway. I've gone from being a very tenacious driver to being a very cautious driver, to being the one who wishes that she was the driver. So I've obviously learned to accept some things. I've learned that sometimes you find yourself being a little lonely. And being a single mom, I've come to understand that this is my fight, and this is my journey. And although I have wonderful kids, a wonderful family, this is a fight that I almost have to do on my own. And I know that I can do it. I find myself having to let go, lots of days. And I've come to realize that it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to hurt. So, when you say, how do you deal? How do you cope? I just go to a different place, mentally, and I just have to come to grips and just to be happy about who I am. And, I'll sit there and have tears. My makeup's just gone. Just be emotional. But, it's okay. And I always tell people, just let me cry. Just let me be. So, how? It's a tough question to answer. But I think, I think I just do. I think I find myself going into my Kym time and learning just to cope. I don't know that I'm doing it. I just know that I just don't look back. I get up and I go. I hit the road and running, My kids are like, Mom, why can't I do X, Y, and Z? How do I do blah, blah, blah? And, someone always said to me, hey, I've got my kids all ready for school, blah, blah, blah. Well, she had one kid. I'm managing 5 lives. And let me just tell you, it is a job. It is a full-time job. But I think with the grace of God, I'm able to keep going. Well, I think this event has continued year after year because I think the people understand that this cause is definitely worthy. Sometimes people always think that what doesn't affect them immediately will never affect them at all. And I think many people have come to realize, especially here in Northeast Ohio, that this disease could affect anyone. And because Northeast Ohio is a hotbed for MS, it makes us all concerned. It could be me, it could be you, it could be your child, your daughter, your mother, your cousin, your niece, your uncle. It could be anyone. So I think people understand that my story could be their story as well. I would love for people to understand that my story could be your story. Then so many times we don't understand adversity until it is close to home. So we work tirelessly every day. We work tirelessly every day to try to help people understand that all the work that we do today could save you or your loved one tomorrow. 93.1 WZAK, Cleveland's #1 for classic soul and today's R&B. So, with the Tom Joyner Morning Show, Kym Sellers.